Hi Chapel Hill 4th graders. I have a really fun activity for you to try this week to get you outside, get you away from the computers and out of the house and just kind of into nature and moving a little bit. It's called a photographic scavenger hunt, and I'm sending a downloaded list of ideas or themes to be looking for outside. You can do this inside as well, but I think it's really fun to do it outside. Before we start talking about the scavenger hunt list, I want to give you a couple tips on how to take a good photograph. Anybody can take a picture. I'm sure you've taken lots of pictures, especially on your phone, but to take a good picture has a couple of principles. There's actually quite a few, but I'm going to give you just two. The first principle is called the rule of thirds. And if you can imagine, your viewfinder has 3 lines this way, 3 lines this way, so from top to bottom and then left to right. Those lines intersect to make squares, so there's 9 equal squares in your viewfinder. There's one place that you don't want to put the most interesting thing in your photograph, and that's right in the middle. So maybe I'm taking a picture of a beautiful tree that's blooming. I don't want to put it right in the middle of my picture. It's more interesting to put it off to the left or the right, or even take it a little high or a little bit low. The other thing is, when you're doing a landscape view, you don't want to put the horizon line right smack in the middle of the picture. Kind of boring. So photographers have trained their eye to see things in more of an interesting view. I have a hill in the back of my yard, and so to put the line of the hill or the horizon line at the top of the picture would be really interesting. Sometimes it's a good idea to take a picture of something really up close and then let things fade behind it. Thinking about taking something from a worm's eye view, laying on the ground and looking up at a tree, is another interesting view. Or the opposite, standing up high and looking down at something. So those are just a couple of things to think about when you're taking a picture. Now let's talk about the scavenger hunt. I'm sending a Word document for you to look at on your computer. You don't have to download it. And my challenge to you is to take, maybe write 10 things down. 10 things that you want to challenge yourself. Now these aren't easy things. It's not take a picture of a flower or take a picture of a tree. There are more themes. Here's a few I jotted down. One of them is called the beginning. What could you take a picture of that would have the theme of the beginning? I thought right away of a bud. I've got a tree that's just starting to bud, and that's really a good example of the beginning of a theme. Here's another one. I've got a dog that has to go inside. Hang on just a sec. Still filming?
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
All right, you're out.
He's got to go inside.
All right, you're out. All right, here's another theme. This one says tangled. I just got this really interesting plant at the nursery that is just a big tangled mess of twisted things. This would be a good example of that theme of tangled. Let's see if there's some more I can find. Oh, patterns in nature. Patterns in nature can be really fun. That could be just how things grow, trees in a line, or even just the texture of this plant that I have in one of my containers. That's just a couple of ideas. I'm gonna let you kind of look through this list and pick some themes out. I want to challenge you to do 10 and see if you can find these themes out with your camera out in nature. Hope you have fun with this week. Talk to you soon.